News, Accra.
Well, the NDC, they're well ready to launch their campaign without their manifesto, which is expected to also come later. Still staying with our local stories, the co-chairman of the Ghana Extractive Industry and Transparency Initiative, Agyei, Dr. Steve Manteaw, has cautioned government against the mixing of petroleum revenues with projects being funded by other sources. Dr. Manteaw says the effective utilization of petroleum revenues on exclusive projects is the only way Ghana can achieve heritage oil projects that will be beneficial to all.
Dr. Steve Manteaw, who has been a strong voice in policy proposals that have helped to shape the framework of Ghana's petroleum exploitation and revenue management, was speaking at a Agyei dissemination workshop in Takoradi. The workshop was used to present the 2014 Agyei report on the mining sector as well as the petroleum industry. The 2014 reconciliation saw government receiving a little over 972 million Ghana cedis from the mining sector and about $978 million from the petroleum sector. The paramount chief of a Sikado traditional area, Nana Kwabena Nketia, who participated in the workshop, called for clear accountability in the use of mining revenues as it is done for the petroleum sector.
But I think that a special body should be created in there that everything that is extracted goes into a particular section of the accounting records, let me put it this way, within the consolidated fund, that if I know that Triano Gold Mines, this is the amount that was taken out, where was it, what was it used for within the consolidated account? So we know, but if we lump things together, then we really don't know that, oh, the government earned this.
Dr. Manteaw, who took participants through the policy impact of Agyei on Ghana's extractive sector, called for caution in counting the cost of exploitation of resources.
Even reporting the revenues alone without reporting on the cost of extraction. And when I talk about cost of extraction, I'm not referring to the financial cost of extraction, but I'm referring to the socio-environmental cost of extraction. If we can quantify that, then you can have a proper balance sheet that it costs us X amount to produce X amount of gold and therefore generates X amount of revenue. Then you can make that decision as to whether or not it makes sense to continue producing the gold or the oil on the current fiscal arrangements.
Speaking later on the effective utilization of petroleum revenues, Dr. Manteaw called for an end to the confusion of oil revenue projects with projects funded by other sources.
In my view, I think we should move away from the commingling of oil money with other revenues in terms of execution of projects. I support the call made by some of the citizens in the Upper East region for oil money to be accumulated and spent on what we call, they call heritage projects, something singular projects that people can point to and say in future that when we got oil, this is what oil did for Ghana. For instance, constructing a railway line from Accra to Ouagadougou, so that people in those areas, especially in the northern part of the country, can have ready access to markets down south. They can bring the agricultural produce, hop on the train, and come to Accra and sell, and get back the next day.
For Versatile News, I am Agyei Annim, Takoradi.
Well, heritage oil projects, that's what they're calling for with our oil money.